All right, that's good, Jim, right here. You step back in the family. Thank you.
Plenty of room on the benches and behind the pavilion.
Super awesome. Super awesome.
Thanks for coming. These are really one of the things. Oh,
Everybody come in close, please. So if you want to have a seat here in the round, let's get everybody in behind the seats and we'll be closed.
Yeah, just, you know,
Yeah.
here's a seat here. Yeah.
Michael, go on.
Yeah, so, so I welcome you all to be here today to honor Rozlyn Blossom Freund, the fireball, as we all knew her. We had actually Rabbi Reuben was going to come today, and he wasn't feeling well, but he gave our blessing to just open the Red Sea and let the floodgates open, and so it's going to be a little bit of a freestyle ceremony, but I think that's how. I think if you don't know Roz, she loved the spontaneous, the creative, and I think in a way this is very fitting. So I guess we'll start off and read some Psalms, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Matt.
Psalm 103, 13 through 17. As a father has compassion for his children, Adonai has compassion for those who show reverence. God knows how we are fashioned. God remembers that we are dust. The days of mortals are like grass. We flourish as the flowers of the field, a wind passing over them, and they are not more. And no one can recognize where they grew, but Adonai's compassion is everlasting. God's kindness to children's children, to all the reverent ones, endures age after age, unchanging. Psalm 121, I lift my eyes to the mountains. What is the source of my help? My help comes from Adonai, maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way. Your protector will not slumber. See the protector of Israel. Neither slumbers nor sleeps. God is your guardian. God is your protection at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. God will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul, your going and coming, now and forever.
So Florence, I know, so Roz actually wrote some
Yeah.
words of welcome that Florence
I also
will.
have
will read
just
for us?
a little biography about her.
She wrote it herself, right?
Yes, but I'm going to start out with a
Oh, okay,
biography
yeah,
about
okay.
her. So, Rozlyn Blossom Freund was born December 6, 1927 in Skokie, Illinois. She was born to Peter and Hannah Goldsand. She wrote her first play at the age of 12. She studied fashion design at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. She married Abraham Freund on August 29, 1958. She was survived by her daughter Lisa Freund, who married Avi Rosenblatt, with 2 grandchildren, Galit and Shakar. Her son David, who married Florence and gave her a blended family of 3 step-grandchildren. Michael wed to Gina, Matthew, and Haley, and 5 great-grandchildren, Kelsey, Olivia, Colton, Sophia, and Grayson. She wrote these words. These were sent to me by her daughter Lisa, that she had shared with her daughter Lisa. Our mother-in-law, wanted to extend a glorious and galactic thank you to all the family and friends, near and far, local and global, in person and on small and big screens, who have come together to celebrate life, joy, and the act of creation. She wanted everyone to know how much she appreciated your kindness, friendship, love, special sparks, and warm hearts. You are all the most amazing and inspiring stars in her universe and beyond. All members of Team Roz and Camp Roz are applauded and should be given curtsies and high fives. Her message to everyone today and in the cosmic future: move and groove, make music, create art, drink Bass Ale or kombucha, and today maybe frozen yogurt. Squeeze the juice out of life every day. L'chaim to life.
Is me now?
So Dave, yeah,
Okay. So,
you give some words?
all right. Rozlyn, sorry. Rozlyn Blossom Freund, who in the last year of her life was known as the Raspberry. Excuse me one second. Mike Colton, one of my 2 best friends of 50 years, along with Todd Lewenberg, we came up with that name one day, the Raspberry, when my mom and I were sitting outside the Whole Foods in Tacoma Park, D.C. Roz and I had just walked up the hill to the Whole Foods for our usual mid-walk pick-me-up. Bottles of Mexican cold brew with cinnamon and alkaline water. The Raspberry would frequently rap as we walked. She might look around and start a rap like, "The day is today, and we are on our way. I'm looking left and right. I don't know what else to say." And she would go on and on and on, sometimes for hours. Sometimes when I was with my mom, I would have the phone on speaker with Mike or Todd listening along. One day we came up with the name Raspberry and the Fond Dudes, like play on words fondue, for a rap group we would put together, and we would tour that group, my mom fronting the group and Mike and Todd and I playing music in the background and rapping along. This rap group idea made my mother very happy, and I would bring the idea up at various times, particularly when I thought my mom was feeling particularly low and needed cheering up. My mom loved creativity. She loved creativity more than anything. I would get the biggest smiles out of her when I told her I was playing guitar or painting or practicing Qigong. She particularly loved it when I told her of creative projects involving my 2 oldest friends, Mike and Todd. For instance, I told her that Todd was coming to the temple where I led the worship team, and we were basically rewriting temple songs, and that made her very, very happy. My mom and I served as each other's doppelganger. We shared similar taste in movies and music, art, exercise even. We also shared each other's habits of going through sometimes very serious emotional ups and downs. We may not have always agreed, but we always had each other's backs. We looked out for one another and always wished the best for each other. When my mom and dad, Abraham Freund, known to my mom but not me as Abo, first met my wonderful wife, Florence, they fell in love with her as much as I did. my mom fell in love with my wife to such a degree that one night when Florence and I met, and I and my stepdaughter Haley, who unfortunately is not able to be here today, and one of her friends were visiting the Kennedy Center where my mother worked and where she frequently got us free or discount tickets. My mom came up to me on the sly when Florence and Haley were away from me, and my mom gave me her grandmother's wedding ring in a little jewelry box. The Rosberry said to me, "If you want to propose to Florence, you can use this ring." It was my grandmother's. Later that night, under a fat, bright moon, I got down on one knee and proposed to Florence. To my great relief, Florence said yes, and the family phase of my life began. Over the past few months, as it became clear that my mother would soon be embarking on her celestial journey upward, I began to wonder how I would feel once my mom passed. Would I dissolve into a puddle of sadness or lose my mind on some kind of manic arc? As soon as I saw her peaceful body and face at the hospice, I knew I would neither collapse into sadness nor rise into mania. Instead, I would calm myself by dedicating the rest of my life and my creative expression into an homage to the raspberry. She made art out of nothing, out of little pieces of paper on her table or avocado pits. She turned into living art with toothpicks, tap water, and a glass cup. I can do that. I can turn everything I do into art, and I can make her happy with all the songs I sing and write, all the paintings I paint, and all the little joyous interactions I have with my 2-year-old grandson, Grayson, and all the other spectacular members of my family. I can take photographs, and I can send them to my stepkids and grandkids and wife. I can sing at temple, I can sing to myself and on walks with my dog, Lulu, and all those notes will rise to heaven where the raspberry hangs out with Yeshua and Moses and all the Buddhas and angels and the celestial all-stars. I will dedicate the rest of my life to singing songs to the raspberry, and I will feel the warmth of her smile, and I will hear her glorious, pure voice singing back from heaven. So, I think,
Michael.
all right, good.
So my childhood home, where I grew up, was less than half a mile from Dave's and about a mile and a half from Todd's in Princeton, New Jersey. But far away in time and place from those childhood days, Dave and Todd and I have kept our bonds of friendship strong, and we are fortunate to have known Roz for so long. Much longer than the average kid would know a friend's parent, and we're grateful to honor her here today. And I knew her well enough to know that this shouldn't be a day of mourning. It should be a celebration, like a New Orleans dancing funeral procession, and that we should be joyous, plus throw her an epic farewell party as soon as possible. A few years ago, Dave and I talked about this, that Roz's funeral should be an event. About a month ago, we discussed cremation, though not a Jewish tradition. The idea was to send her ashes up in an Estes rocket, mixed with Mylar glitter over the Chesapeake Bay. You know. So I searched online for the maximum payload capacity of one of those rockets, but unfortunately it was only about 14 ounces, so not enough to lift a full set of ashes. But Dave asked her what she thought about the idea, and she did think that it was a wonderful idea. So we also talked about flying in dancing pallbearers from Ghana, Africa, and you should check out YouTube videos for that. They're fantastic. So, although maybe pipe dreams, alas, we are here at Quantico Marine Cemetery. But she used to go on about the St. Patty's green shamrock matzo ball that she adored. So now she can rest in a place that's a deliciously eclectic blend of Goyish and Jewish. She was not about the common and unusual. So I realized that in an unusual way, This location uniquely fits her, as the less it makes sense to us, the more it might make sense for her. And now she can talk with her beloved Abo about real estate deals, the number 18, and unusual food combinations. Semper Fi, Roz. So, anyway. About 20 years ago, I took a trip with Roz, Abe, and my mom to Annapolis. I think Dave was in St. Croix at the time. It was a beautiful day, and I lamented that I didn't have my camera with me. But Roz said, I take pictures with my mind, So I thought about that. So I'd like to share some mind pictures that I've kept of Roz over the years. Dave's bar mitzvah. Roz with a transfixed, open mouth look of joy while Dave read the Torah, and which continued for many hours after. Driving up Rolling Mead in Princeton with my mom, and she sighs seeing Roz again over walking their dog Cleo down the hill. And my mom was, that Mrs. Freund, she's always walking that dog, Dave's childhood home, playing piano, guitar, and Roz singing Georgia on My Mind, completely full of joy. Roz getting me tickets to the dance theater workshop in New York, where many famous performing artists got their start and where she volunteered. And years later, she would get me tickets for the Kennedy Center shows. Receiving a postal letter from her, all covered with purple crayon, with the words, "The power of purple." Swing dancing with her at Dave's wedding. She didn't miss a beat. Those are just a few, but what I'll say about Roz is that she didn't care about your education, wealth, color, etc., any of that. All she cared about is that you were being creative or trying to be. She was very proud when Dave worked part-time at a flower shop because he was so creative with the arrangements. I was grateful that I got to tell Roz that I loved her, just a week or two ago. And she was very excited about the idea of sending a matzo ball to Mars. I'm going to miss you, Roz, and while we're going to perform some perfunctory Jewish morning rituals today, I'm not going to be sad. I'm trying not to be. You wouldn't want us to be. Please give our regards to Abo and Cleo.
I just wanted to say a few words about my mother-in-law, and what I loved about her most was that when I married Dave, she accepted me unconditionally. She accepted our blended family, she accepted our spirituality. Dave had told me a lot of stories about her ups and downs, but to me, she was just this really endearing, eccentric, creative lady. I remember her inviting us. My daughter was a young mother with her child, and her friend Cynthia, who's here. We would go what she called ladies' lunch, and we would do it like every month or so, to places like Stars and Shamrock and Dangerously Delicious Pies. I was honored to have her live with us the last 5 months of her life, and she touched our life in a way that was we can't replicate. She loved food. There's a bunch of Roz-isms I could say. She would always like hot black tea and white sugar. If you gave her anything, she'd say, "This is delicious." She'd say, hello, trying to get our attention and tap her cup. One day she told me to put down the ice cream bar I was eating and come and walk. She said, "You shouldn't be eating that ice cream, you should be walking." I was like, okay. Even in the hospital, her love for food, one day I walked in there and she was like, "I'm so glad you're here. Can you get me some chocolate cake?" And I was like, okay, I actually had a chocolate mocha coffee, and she tasted it, and she was like, this is delicious. And she talked about that like every time almost I came back to the hospital. Trying to hurry up a little bit, see we're running out of time. At one point she said, Florence, when I do go, please be happy for me. Don't be sad. So Roz, I want to tell you that today, I am happy for you. I know you're at peace. And it was very fitting that you died on St. Patrick's Day, because there's no doubt in my mind that you have found that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And you are bringing your chaotic joy to all those in heaven. And we love you and we miss you. Oh.
There's a little bit of a schedule thing going on, so we're going to go to the gravesite, maybe do some songs at the gravesite or the pizza and custard place. Okay. All right.
So this ends the committal service for today, and on behalf of Quantico National Cemetery, we are truly sorry for your loss. Now, we are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There is a kiosk in front of the building, and you can type in your loved one's last name, and a map will be printed with the directions. So at this time, I'm going to ask that you make your way back to your cars.
But are we following you?
All right, you ready? Then.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Todd, I think we're gonna have to cut. We'll have to do the croce at the restaurant.
We
We'll
could do more songs at the restaurant.
We'll do more songs at the restaurant. We can do stuff. Yeah. Little curveballs of life.
Is there anything you want to say, Todd?
Oh yeah.
Because you didn't get a chance to.
Are we rolling right now?
Does anyone else want to say any words about Roz?
Yeah,
didn't
we
get a
realize it's
chance
kind
to
of
ask it,
impromptu, but now is the time, and a lot of people knew Roz.
And we could say some at the
I could say
restaurant too.
something.
It's coming,
Yeah.
everybody's coming.
Yeah.
Well, Roz was an usher at the Kennedy Center, and over, I would meet Roz before we would do a show, or I would meet Roz and Dave for dinner before a show, and it was always marvelous. She's a tremendous motivator for any performer at any level. She had a great eye for performance art, and was very inspiring and encouraging all the time for all my artistic pursuits.
I knew Roz for 30 years at Watergate Gallery, my wife's
Do you
gallery,
wanna-
and many artists that
Wait.
came as many artists that came through there. I always thought Roz had a true soul of an artist. She always had fresh eyes to see the world in a beautiful way, and used to sadden me the way people age, they sort of lose their joie de vivre, and that was not Roz, and she was an inspiration.
Yeah. We often had performance lunches there where Abe and Roz and a few other people, Chris, would come, and we'd have champagne, and we'd have food, and we'd have her beer and stuff. It's just always such a delight. And sometimes they'd be like, yeah, I have work to do here, but the work would get done.
She talked about you a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I met you, but she talked about
Yes.
the gallery.
She loved it,
Yeah,
and everybody who came in there who got to meet her loved her. It's like, who is that?
Roz came to my building in response to an ad for a front desk attendant, and that front desk became her throne, her stage, and a reverse kind of psychiatrist couch where she would be sitting down and we would be. But she brought out the best in just about everybody who knew her, that, and especially me. She cajoled or urged or whatever me to do things that I had thought about, and she said, "Do it," and I did, and my life has been so enriched for having known her.
I had the great opportunity to go see Wagner's entire Ring cycle with Roz, which was,
Epic.
totally. But she loved it as much as I did, which was great.
It's not staying up. I'm Florence's sister, and so I met Roz through Florence and Dave, and I don't remember if it was the very first time we met or it was very soon after meeting her. She put on a video of a play she did called Sweet Potato Pie, and it was amazing. Florence recently described her as a wonderful, wacky woman, and that was evident. We were not exactly sure what we were going to see when we saw this Sweet Potato Pie, but it was pretty amazing. If you've never seen it, I encourage you to find it.
Yeah, we have to get a copy of that. We have to-
So ended with the pies being thrown off some kind of balcony kind of situation. So after all this care of making them, but that was our introduction to Roz, and we just loved her.
Yeah.
And she thought she was the queen of Mesopotamia in her previous life? Oh, okay.
There was one thing I left out of mine. When she was living with me, we would have makeup sessions. She was fascinated, and she loved lipstick. And she told me and her daughter Lisa that we should wear lipstick every day. Always wear lipstick. So I have my lipstick on. She loved the bright red.
So, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Here's a-
So, what do you? So I'll
Yeah,
do
go,
this.
yeah, go.
Yeah, okay. Start at the beginning, it's the end of the road. Didn't have it easy, she couldn't control. Knew all the colors, tried to block out the night. Lift up a spirit, oh, light up a life. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Came to the world, got through the mold away. Land of love and chaos that was here to stay. Your bread on earth was heavy, your spirit was so light. Cares they're gone forever, the purple is so bright. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Oh, rise, raspberry. Cleo and Abel down on Cheap Lane. Dave and Lisa trying to stay sane. Mile of quarters and the SATs. Catching frogs down in Harry's Stream. Want your ice cream blended? Go to Thomas Sweet. Choir sounding good cause of Trigo and Pete. The Thompson twins, they make a rooftop key. Go to Helgi Haven for something to eat.
So we're going to do the
Yes,
mourner's
so-
Kaddish first in English, and then
Yes. This is the mourner Kaddish. Exalted and hallowed be God's great name in the world which God created according to plan. May God's majesty be revealed in the days of our lifetime and the life of all Israel speedily, imminently, to which we say, Amen. Blessed be God's great name to all eternity. The whole thing?
no, it's okay, whatever.
Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy Blessed One, beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise, and comfort, to which we say, Amen.
You could do the Hebrew, yes, yeah.
May there be abundant peace from heaven and life for us and all Israel, to which we say, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעלמד ויברח חיותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ויומכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמירה במברך לעולם לעלמי למיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה שירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
So I was told it was some Jewish custom to put rocks on the gravestones to commemorate and honor the loved one. So we were going to put them on the coffin before we lower the coffin. I gave each one of you guys a rock to put on there. Yeah.
Are you putting stones on the casket? Yeah. You come right around. Just be careful around the edges because the ground's soft.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I'm just right here just in case.
No, that would be bad. That's true. They wouldn't let us. Right, right. He is the spot.
Oh, for sure.
Would y'all like these flowers to go down with the casket as well? Or would you like to be the flowers to be on top of the grave?
Yeah,
Go
that's
down
okay.
with?
Yes,
Okay.
And then we put the dirt in?
Yeah, y'all could do the dirt before or after.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, I guess so. Ma.
Don't you want to do it after she goes down?
Huh?
You want to wait till she goes down and then...
Everybody put a stone on or put dirt on who wants to do it. Yeah, if it's complete.
Y'all ready to lower?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yes, which is,
You already got the tag phone, right? Be very easy. I'm just gonna move some of these stones towards the middle,
yeah, that's fine.
just so they don't all fall off.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop your glove.
Yeah, well, you could.
No.
What are we gonna
Huh?
do? What are we gonna do? Like,
You can just show.
Verify.
Those young Rozlyn beef. We got 653 in the bowl. Alright, let's go. Go to your side first.
I think it's 15. Yeah, these are 5 pounds.
No, we free go all the way.
Wreck the
Nice weather. Yeah, right. Gotta head back. All right. We're gonna throw another party, like something completely insane. Yeah, good. No, seriously, with like Maasai warriors. Oh, nice. No, seriously. I'm not kidding. Actual Maasai. Yeah. I'm like, it's gonna be the week. That'll be the party. So we're gonna have Maasai. Anyone else want? It's gonna be completely nice. Something more mom. Right, more because yeah, right. Yeah, more appropriate for us. Yeah. Are you guys going to come for the custard? Right. Never been there, but it's supposed to be a video. Yeah. A party. Stories. We didn't, I didn't go into all the leakiness, but Head Start. Yeah, I think she was done
All right. Has everyone got a shovel? All right.
I'm gonna do the rest if no one wants to.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Go for it.
If anyone else wants to.
And she told us all heaven is talking about. And she didn't know that my mom died. Yeah. So they were married 50 years.
All right, is everybody good?
All right. Yeah, thank you.
So we're gonna start the closing process for the grave now. So if I could just get y'all to step.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed day. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Here. Dave.
Hey, thanks.
Moon is a charmer, a real disarmer, a lover of lovers, one of the abovers, makes sisters the place it is, the space it is. Is a man in the moon, or is it a woman? Whichever it is, it really looks human, a friendly face in far-off space. It smiles, it shines, it hovers, makes the world special for lovers and others. The moon